Hello and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. I'm Lori Farkas. We're at the WAM Convention in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We've been visiting with city and county leaders all day today. They've gathered here for this great convention to share ideas and learn things from one another and network. Joining us now is Mayor Chris Schock from the town of Claremont. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
First of all, tell us a little bit about Claremont. It's a small town, only about 142 people, but in a beautiful area.
Correct. We're probably about 10 miles east of Ucross.
Mm-hmm.
We jokingly say we're a suburb of Ucross, Wyoming. It was right in the heart of cattle country. A lot of people don't know it, but Ucross Ranch used to go from there all the way to the South Dakota border. Mm-hmm. And Claremont, back in the day, one time had a population of 420. Mm-hmm. So that's Claremont in a nutshell.
Yeah, in
the
a
railroad
nutshell.
goes through there too.
Well, you told me something I didn't know either, that you have had that back in the day there was a POW camp there as well. Tell me a little bit about that history.
There was a POW camp in Claremont, and the reason why they had a POW camp there was the ranchers' sons and the ranchers had left to go overseas to fight the war during World War II, so they need someone to work the ranches. Oh. So they had German POWs encamped there, and they'd take them out on the ranches and they'd work the ranches, and there'd be 10 to 15 POWs and one guard with them. I mean, they weren't going to go anywhere.
Right. Middle of Wyoming.
And interesting enough, when the war was over and the POWs went back to Germany, they'd send letters back to the ranchers saying, oh my God, I'm digging for food out of the garbage here in Germany. I wish I was back in the United States working. Wow.
Back in beautiful Wyoming. You've got a museum there in
Yes.
Claremont as well. So is all of this history documented in that museum?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Wow, how interesting. So folks could maybe take a look at that. That's really, really fascinating.
Yes.
What made you want to be the mayor of Claremont? How did you get into city politics?
Well, some people asked me if I'd be interested in mayor with a small town like that.
That's all it took.
Yeah, and there was a few concerns that I could see. For instance, our water's terrible there. We're in the process of getting better water. We've got a level 2 water study going through the Wyoming Water Development Commission, and I'll start that here this summer. In the infrastructure, parts of it's starting to fall apart, and we need to pay attention to business and take care of business.
Work on those problems. There's been a lot of flooding going on all across the state. Have you been affected by some of the recent flooding?
Not really. No, not really.
That's good
We're
news.
high enough up that, and the rain is welcomed. I mean, in April we thought, oh, we're going to be worrying about fires, but now we're not.
How's the ranching and agriculture businesses doing up there?
Good. Doing good.
Doing good.
You know, ranchers
Cooking right
are
along.
happy, and you know, they're making a lot of money off the cattle, and a lot of ranches. There was a couple ranches sold between Claremont and Buffalo, and those sold rather quickly. And
doing well.
Yeah.
Are there any great festivals and events and things coming up this summer people want to get on their calendars?
We just had Claremont Days last Saturday.
Darn it, but get that on your calendar for next year, you know, next Saturday. Last Saturday, next year.
And I kind of dusted it off. They hadn't had one since 2008, and I thought, well, let's try it again. And it was just a little potluck in the park, and it was a lot of fun.
But those are great. Those are community building and good to get on board. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate you and learning more about Claremont today.
Okay.
We've been talking to Mayor Chris Schock from the town of Claremont, and you've been watching Local Edition. We'll be right back with more after this. Don't go away.